Max Verstappen's frustration with Red Bull is becoming impossible to ignore, and the speculation over his future is only getting louder. Could he leave for McLaren? Is Mercedes still lurking? Could he activate an exit clause, take a year out, or even walk away from the sport? Today we break down the 5 biggest rumours, rate each one out of 5, and decide where Max Verstappen is most likely going to be in 2027. G'day F1 fans. Yes, plenty of speculation around Max Verstappen, and it's only going to heat up as we get closer to the summer break. Mick, I think we go through some of these rumours that are floating around, and we just give them a quick rating of what we think is absolute tosh and what potentially is highly likely.
The hottest rumour going around at the moment includes certain drivers as well. And of course, this is Formula One, right? This is what it's all about. Rumour mill city. And like you mentioned, we're getting to that time of the year where decisions will start to be made up and down the grid on certain drivers' futures. So, yeah, I think it's time to give our expert opinion. Debatable. And go through some of what we think are probably his better options. If I was his manager, where would I tell him to go for 2027?
Well, there you go, mate. There you go. Actually, before we get started, we've got to put a quick shout out to Will Buxton because he had everybody frothing with that.
Bro, he sent the world in the overdrive, man. Very, very clever.
Quite hilarious,
well, essentially, that's what kickstarted this rumor mill into overdrive, wasn't it? And I think, like, man, the views it got was like...
Yeah, but I think people left half their brain at home too, forgetting that he is the IndyCar guy.
I mean, even I was like, huh? Instantly you go to Formula One and forget that, yes, there is another side to McLaren in open wheel racing.
All right, mate, let's rate these rumours. We have 5 that are probably the hottest at the moment. Number 1 is he walks away from the sport, and that is retirement. Number 2, sabbatical. Takes a little bit of a break, comes back. Number 3, the boring ones, the status quo. He just remains at Red Bull, sees out his contract. Number 4, the McLaren option. It could be a swap with Oscar Piastri or just potentially signing with them in the future. And number 5 is, of course, Mercedes. Despite, the rumours of a potential George Russell re-signing over there. And maybe we'll go into some left field options at the end. But let's keep it really straightforward. 1 is going to be very unlikely. 5, extremely likely. Let's not get too technical about it. Let's get stuck straight in, mate. Number 1, retirement. Does he walk away from the sport? He's quite disgruntled with the way Formula One is at the moment.
Yep. And I'm going to say 4. I think there's plenty of stuff that he wants to do off track, and I think that would be a very good carrot. Not happy with the current regulations. These regulations aren't really going to change too much over the next few years. So I think retirement is a pretty decent call.
As far as regulation, they're looking at, is it 2030 that they're talking about potentially bringing in there's a lot of rumours around having a V8 again.
Yeah,
3 so another 3 seasons, right?
3, yep.
Oof, when you look at it like that, it is quite a strong possibility. Look, I think the retirement option it's possible, but I'm thinking more around like a number 3. I think as we get into our next section regarding the sabbatical, I think that is probably going to be a little bit more likely. But yes, it would not surprise me. He's got a young family. He's done it all. Multiple world championships, multiple wins. And he has so much more to do, like you mentioned, with if he wants to go and jump into GTs, endurance, the world's his oyster. So possible. But let's bring us into the sabbatical because they are quite related. And I'm just going to kick off straight off the bat. I think it's a 4 out of 5. And a lot of it is terms of what I just talked about before. I feel that he could sort of go away and do what he needs to do with regards to doing the 24-hour races, maybe Le Mans, sees how things pan out regarding the evolution of the current regulations and I guess by then we'll probably have more concrete, you could say, a more concrete path of the next set of regulations, and then maybe he could make a decision based on that and then come back. And he'll be wanted anyway.
Yep, I'm going to disagree. I don't think he's a sabbatical kind of person. I think if he makes a decision, it's going to be to walk away completely. Exactly what you said before. There's 3 seasons between now and the new set of regulations. If he's not happy now, yes, they're tweaking the regulations, but he's not going to be happy in a season or 2 seasons' time. It would have to be when the new set of regulations come out. And if he's not happy with that, he's not going to bother coming back. And like you said, the GT, the endurance, the WEC stuff, I think is a too big a carrot. And once he starts, I think he'll ingrain himself in that. The lifestyle that it offers compared to a Formula One lifestyle, like you said, young family, I don't see him as a sabbatical kind of person.
That's fair points, fair points.
Because how old will he be if he came back, say, 2030 or 2031?
I think he's currently 28 years old now. So in say about 3 years.
Yeah.
Mate, he's in his 30s. He's well past it.
Yeah.
Well,
and the thing is, too, with the sabbatical, right? Yes, you might be more interested in the regulations, but that doesn't mean you're going to be competitive. Like, yes, it is Max Verstappen,
sure.
and we know he can jump in and he'll be good in anything. But you look at drivers that have taken a sabbatical before, probably the main one being Michael Schumacher. Didn't quite gel, and that's what I'm saying. Once he gets into that GT, WEC, World Endurance sort of stuff, endurance racing, yeah, I don't see him. I think
hard
he's
for him
just
to come back. He just enjoy it too much.
Yeah, and again, it's the lifestyle that kind of racing offers.
Yeah.
Perfect example, man, is look at Valentino Rossi. Left the MotoGP and went into tin tops and is just loving life at the moment. Like, it's a completely different lifestyle. There's definitely more time at home.
The only thing that I have with that, and you mentioned Michael Schumacher as well. Like, Michael Schumacher came back, he was 41? I think it was. The only other person I can think recently that sort of did a sabbatical, came back, Raikkonen didn't he? Raikkonen went off and did it. He even did a little bit of NASCAR, a bit of rallying.
Yeah.
There's been a few drivers. Yeah, Alonso, of course. I think you could say, I was going to say Kubica, but that was a bit of a different situation because he went away and he was rallying and then injured himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, some drivers do it. But, yeah, I think you've made all fair points as well. Like, even though I think it's a really likely option, it's those points you put forward definitely make me go, oh, well, maybe it's not so likely.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it it's either a 3 or a 2. I'm up in the air.
Up in the air, yeah. It is a bit of a tough one. Definitely a tough one. All right, moving on to the juice. And that really is revolving around McLaren. Now, this can be broken down into 2 different ways. Probably even more ways, really. The idea is that has been put forward, has been a straight swap between Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen. Now, there were some rumors that came out that Oscar Piastri is disgruntled over at McLaren, most notably since what happened during the back end of last year. But then there was some counter to that where apparently those that speculation was put forward to someone close into the Piastri camp, and they said, no, he's keen to see out his contract. So how do you think this one would play out if Max does go to McLaren?
How would it play out?
How do you think it most likely would play out? Would it be a straight swap, or would Oscar go somewhere else?
Well, that's a tough one because it is really up to Oscar. I don't really think it would be a straight swap. I think, like Max, Oscar's probably one of a few drivers where every single team would be available. If you're Oscar, right, you're sitting there and you're looking at the 2 teams. Double Constructors World Championship. Yes, they're struggling a little bit this season, but they've proven that they can turn it around, and they're one of the best teams at bringing upgrades to a car and making the biggest difference. For me, I'm sitting there looking at Red Bull and going, oh, not right now. Not right now. Let's just stay where we are. Yes, okay, my teammate is Lando Norris, and looking back at what happened last year, any driver's going to be frustrated. Any driver would be frustrated with that situation. But I think right now the best option for Oscar is to stay where he is and make it really hard for Zach to move him on.
What about his contract? He's meant to be up, end of 2028?
End of 2028, right?
Yeah.
So
there have been some rumours circulating that his camp is in discussions with Audi as well.
yeah. Audi, Carlos Sainz is apparently in discussions with Audi. Like this is the thing, right? There's discussions flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
But again, Piastri's management wouldn't be doing their due diligence in their job if they weren't talking to someone like Audi.
Well, yeah, exactly right. All these managers are always talking to different teams.
Yeah. Again, nothing wrong with having a conversation.
What do you think is more likely, though? Say a straight swap. Let's say it's a 2027 signing. McLaren break Oscar's contract. He accepts it.
Yeah.
He just jumps straight into Red Bull. Max jumps straight into McLaren. You think that's on the cards, or you just think it's going to be more Oscar disappears somewhere else? And like Zach obviously breaks the contract, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's more.
And
I'm
then
more leaning.
Max comes in.
Yeah, I'm more leaning that way because I think the options for Oscar will open up. So it's not a guarantee that it would be a straight swap. I think, there'd be some more options out there for Oscar. You look at it, man. All this talk is because like GP has gone to McLaren.
That's a big one. That is a big one.
There's a couple of other people that were from Red Bull now in McLaren. I don't think it's just as easy as a straight swap, though.
Points on a straight swap out of 5. A straight swap between them and the other way.
Okay, so straight swap, a 2.
Yeah.
The other way, 3.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm not so convinced on the straight swap, but I kind of feel it'll be more of they break sort of the contract. Look, all contracts can be broken. Let's
of course.
let's not forget. But Oscar would be a highly prized commodity at any team.
And that's what I mean. It'd be silly just to jump straight into the Red Bull without looking at the other options that are out there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Okay, Mercedes. Now, Mercedes was a big one. I mean, this one goes back last year as far as rumours.
Yeah.
And we had the images of Max Verstappen on Toto's boat. We had then obviously the signing of Verstappen Racing moving with Mercedes, all that type of stuff. So plenty going on there. It'd be very hard for Toto to ever let go of Kimi. He is clearly the future, clearly long term. George Russell, now what hasn't exactly been confirmed is, I guess, the exact details of his contract. But the understanding is he had an option in his favour this year based on performance. Now, supposedly, he's hit those metrics, and the rumours are that he has signed the extra year. Does this cut Mercedes out for Max, or do you think there's still a twist in the tail?
Oh, Jenson Button or David Coulthard, I can't remember which one, but basically said you should just go to the board if you're Toto and go, we need to buy George's contract out so we can get Max in. Toto has stated numerous times already this season, it's about the Constructors' Championship. That's what he wants to win. He's got 2 drivers that are doing a very good job at the moment. Like you said, I think if anyone's going to be the collateral, it is going to be George. Whether the clauses are in George's favour or in Toto's favour. And the thing is too, like I was thinking about this the other day, the dynamic within Mercedes, right? You look at Max and his team, they've got a lot of pull with Red Bull. They're like, they're as big as Christian Horner, Helmut Marko. They've got a lot of power there. You go to Mercedes and it's not like that. Toto is the man and he's the only man.
Yeah.
So,
does he want that headache?
Yeah. Does he want that headache?
Yeah, the top brass of Mercedes want that headache.
Yeah.
Especially when you're looking at your current driver lineup, it's like you have the future just sitting there.
Yeah.
In a 19-year-old.
Yep. I don't think it warrants Russell getting the flick. I think he's had bad luck, really. Yes, he hasn't quite been on pace with Kimi, but he's had a lot of bad luck. And right now they're leading the Constructors' Championship, and there's a highly likelihood that they're going to go on and win the Constructors' Championship. Now, if that's what Toto wants, then why upset the apple cart? Oh, man, I'm going to say a 3 because I'm just unsure.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you asked me this question sort of like late last year or mid last year, I would have been like, yeah, it's highly likely.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I was thinking, you could always just shuffle Kimi into a customer team, give him a couple more years experience, bring him back later. You can't do that now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's no chance of doing that now. So yeah, it is a tough one. I'm probably more 2 out of 5. I don't think it's very likely anymore, the Mercedes thing.
Yeah, I'm going to change mine. I'm going to go with you. I agree. It doesn't seem likely anymore.
For 2027, yeah. I mean, I could say maybe later on. Like, I've always kind of felt like if Max did take a sabbatical option,
yeah,
Mercedes is probably the place where he could land.
Well,
because I mean, George is it's a +1, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean. So
contract again.
Off contract again at the end of 27 if he takes up the option. So that would definitely make more sense. So for 28, you'd go, yeah, maybe a 4.
Yeah.
But for 27, a 2.
And this leads us into the final option, and it is the most boring of the lot. It's the status quo. Max Verstappen remains at Red Bull till the end of 2027.
This is a tough one for me because this is probably the option I prefer. I want to see him work and turn that team around, turn that car around and fight for that 5th world title. And if he can do it, I think it would be one of his better world titles.
Do you think it's likely he stays to the end of 2027 at Red Bull?
I'm going to say 3 because I'm just not sure. It's
hard to know. It's been a bit of an ebb and flow season.
Yeah, and just the frustration you can see is growing, and Max doesn't seem like a very patient person.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and he hasn't committed to the team yet either. So, that's a massive thing. He is not willing to commit just yet. So he's obviously waiting to see something. I'm going to say a 3.
Yeah,
it's like a 50-50.
I'm going to say a 4. I think it's pretty likely he does stay. On one hand, I'm like, yeah, contracts don't mean anything. They can be ripped up. They can be terminated. They can be negotiated out of. And then on the other hand, I'm looking at the grid and I'm looking at someone like Oscar Piastri. He's got his contract to 2028. Like, there's not a lot of openings at top teams.
Yeah.
And if the rumors are true regarding George Russell, it's like, well, he's got his +1. Kimi's the future there. Then who's the other top? Like Ferrari is...
Well, there's reports Lewis is going to extend.
Yeah.
And possibly extend till the end of 28.
Yep.
Because he does have the option for 28. So...
And Charles is a lock-in.
Yeah, well, he's just signed that new contract, which is going to see him there probably into the 30s. We don't know the full length. And then you go those other teams up and down the grid. Yes, there's Audi, but Audi have stated they're 5 years off fighting for a championship. So even putting Max in the car, it may help you get up the constructors a little bit, but I don't think it's going to put you in a seat to win a championship. It's better the devil you know and you stay where you are and just work through the tough time now. Because, that is one team that can turn it around in a very short amount of time.
Definitely. So that's why I think it's, pretty likely he does stay. But again, it also does make me think that a sabbatical is definitely not out of the question where he could just come back. And if he does come back, I kind of lean towards Mercedes for 2028 just because of the way George is, if it is correct, it's a +1 in his favour. And then if Max goes, all right, Toto, I'm out, but I want to come back 2028.
Yeah.
There's the pathway just is like, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's sort of the way I think it may go. But mate, it's like there's so many options. I mean, we haven't even got into the sort of like the left field stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest left field, well, you kind of mentioned it, was Audi, but I think it's a fair point. Does Max really want to go into like a 5-year program?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Get me into a winning car now. I'm not here for a long time. I want to win championships. I need to be in the best car now. That's what makes me think probably more on the retirement side. Because if he doesn't like the current regulations, they're not going to change greatly.
No.
Over the next 3 years. They're going to improve, but they're not going to change greatly. The fundamental is still going to be the same.
Yeah.
So that leaves me, does he want to take 3 years out? I think once he starts in the other stuff, I think he's going to be quite content.
Yeah. I don't think he'll take a 3-year sabbatical. I think if he's going to take one, it'll be just 1 year and come back into Mercedes for 2028. Because I think even though Max doesn't really like the way things are currently, it would be a whole lot sweeter if he's winning races. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Any driver, if you're not a fan of something, it's like if you're winning races, well, yeah. What is it? It's like money doesn't buy happiness, but it's sure nicer to cry in a Ferrari.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But again, that comes down to just taking a sabbatical and coming into a Mercedes doesn't guarantee you anything. Who knows? You might take the sabbatical, then Mercedes become absolutely terrible.
And then on the flip side, stay out at Red Bull. You supposedly have the best engine in the back.
Yeah, it's just a chassis.
Got to work on the chassis and the aero side.
Yeah, and look, honestly, they're not that far off.
No, not at all.
Not so far off. It's just that the top two at the moment are really good.
Continuing on to the left field, though, just quickly, because the drums were beating loud last year regarding Aston Martin. Do you think there could be any potential there of him jumping over that way, rejoining with Adrian Newey?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
Current performance?
These upgrades that they're supposedly bringing to Hungary worth 2.5 to 3 seconds.
I cannot see it.
Like,
that's a lot of optimism.
Wouldn't you just go, yeah, we're quietly confident? Don't tell people, well,
because if I don't hit those metrics, mate, it's not going to look good.
But we're like, is it Aston Martin saying, yes, this upgrade could be worth up to 2.5 seconds? Like, that's the good thing is with the current regulations and being the start of a regulation set, the possibility to get 2.5 seconds out of one upgrade package is 100% a possibility. But man, that's talking a big game. And if you don't deliver, holy, that is not a good look.
Yeah, if they come out and they've improved by like 1/10, even 2/10.
Yeah.
Even 5/10. I'll
tell you what,
great.
Aston would need a massive shift.
Yeah. Well, you're wearing the shirt, so there must be some little bit of optimism for you, mate.
Well, I'm going -1. -1.
Aston Martin, -1. Yeah.
Like, they need to be leading the championship or within a few points of the championship lead, at least midsummer break next season for him to even consider it.
We get to Belgium next week, Spa. The car's semi-competitive. It's like your whole thinking along the lines of the whole Red Bull thing completely changing.
Well, it changes week to week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's why they call it rumours, because there's so much up in the air and there's so many layers to all of this that it becomes hard to make a decision. So, look, at the end of the day, they know what's going on in-house, and I'm sure we're going to get an answer at some point.
Yeah, I think we'll get an answer sooner rather than later. I think it'll sort of blow up over the summer break. Now, I didn't write down any of your scores, and I have a goldfish memory, short term. It's terrible. Yep. But just going back over those options, just straight off top of your head, after we've discussed, you may have even changed your sort of mind on this.
Yep.
2027, whereas Max Verstappen?
Well, I've got two options. It's either full retirement or he stays at Red Bull.
So that's where you're leaning. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm going to go with one, I think I'm a little different. Sabbatical.
Yep.
Stays at Red Bull.
Yep.
Let's see. Everyone at home, what do you think? Everyone has an opinion, rightly or wrongly. one that, there's so many ways to look at this. We may have even, like he may completely left field us and do something completely different.
Yeah.
What do you think at home? Write it in the comments, mate, because I'd definitely love to hear it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what the people at home think. Like you said, there's so many different theories, and we've only just covered 5.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there'll be some good ones, and I'm sure there'll be some absolute howlers.
Yeah, and I'm sure like within a week, like we mentioned, after Belgium Grand Prix, things will completely change again. So, Mick, I'll leave you with the final thought as we do. And take it away, mate.
Look, I think the pressure's all on Red Bull Racing at the moment. It's up to them to deliver him a car worthy of making him want to stay. Yeah, because if he doesn't,
2 race weekends to do it, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, exactly. They need to turn it around, and they need to turn it around fast, and I think that is a priority. And I actually do think Red Bull are shaking in their boots a little bit. Not that they're short of good drivers and people that could step up and get the job done, but at the end of the day, you don't want to lose a 4-time world champion like Max Verstappen. But like G said, we'd love to know what you guys think. And until then, we will catch you in the next one.
Catch up.